As we move forward in the year 2020, I'd like to go back to 2019 and discuss Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has become a successful TV personality, a radio personality, and a motivational success personality. He's become extremely popular and extremely successful, something to be very proud of. However, in 2019, Steve Harvey experienced 3 major setbacks. He lost the Steve Harvey Show, he lost Family Feud, and he lost Little Big Shots. Why this happened, I have no clue, I have no idea. However, I'm looking at the situation and I'm just want to guesstimate. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I want to give my opinion of what I think really happened. I think Steve looked at what other TV personality individuals are making, and he said to himself, based on my success, based on my numbers, I should be receiving the same pay that other individuals are receiving. And I'm going to collide this with Hollywood. Whether we know it or not, women are still undervalued in society. People will say that they're not, but that's not necessarily true, because why do male actors make more than female actors? And some female actors, as far as skill, have either the equal same skill or more skill than a lot of male actors. So I don't want to bring race and gender into this, but I think we're looking at a situation where Steve Harvey, based on his numbers, is doing more or equivalent to other actors, TV personalities, TV talk show hosts, etc. And he's probably saying to himself this person is receiving X amount of dollars, and my ratings are higher, I should be receiving the same. And again, don't want to bring race or color into this, but I think the network executives said, despite your numbers, despite your success, we are only willing to pay X amount of dollars. And I think they both gambled. The network gambled that Steve would cave in. He would cave in and go along with the compensation. And maybe Steve gambled and said, okay, based on my numbers, you can't afford for me to leave and go another direction. So I think they both gambled, and I think that they both lost, because right now Steve Harvey is not on, he doesn't have a syndicated TV show, and he doesn't have Little Big Shots anymore, and he doesn't have Family Feud plus or minus at the moment. So that leads me to believe and ask the question, what's going to happen to Steve Harvey next? What's the end game for him? What can he do to propel himself? And believe it or not, rumor has it, which I think is a great idea, the world is moving more and more towards streaming. People have busy schedules, they have to work, they're not available to sit down and watch live TV telecast. So streaming is the present and it's the future. So rumor has it that Steve Harvey most likely is going to come out with a similar TV version, but stream it live on Facebook. That's what the rumors are saying right now. So he'll come out with a live Facebook stream, a live YouTube stream, and may additionally come out with a podcast for motivation, etc. Which I think Steve Harvey may end up in the long run economically doing better with his Facebook Live, his YouTube Live, and his podcast. With this format, he controls production, he controls distribution, and he's able to gather more profit. So although he's not on a major network, I think because networks or society is moving more towards streaming, where you can just get on your cell phone, your tablet, and you can stream whatever you want instantly. I think that's the future because, again, based on the economy, some people may have to work 1 or 2 jobs. They have different schedules. They're always on the go. If you're in a major city where you have public transportation, subway, train, bus, to be able to pick up on your phone, plug in your headphones, and watch a live stream from Steve Harvey or a previous telecast, that's great. So we're moving towards streaming, and I think that Steve could end up in a better situation economically because he'll have more control. He'll have more control, and he'll be able to garner more profits. So although you might look at the situation and say, well, he lost Steve Harvey show, he lost the Family Feud, and he also lost, he's not doing his radio podcast anymore, and Little Big Shots, and again, do not get upset at the individuals that took over, Melissa McCarthy and Kelly Clarkson. Don't get mad at them. They're just looking for jobs. I think this was more of a disagreement. It was a gamble by both parties. It was a gamble by the networks. It was a gamble by Steve Harvey. The networks gambled and said, well, he's not going to go anyplace else. We got him because of the money. Steve Harvey played his cards and says, no, based on my numbers, based on my productivity, I deserve what other individuals are getting. They didn't want to pay him. I don't want to bring race. I don't want to bring gender into it. But I understand where he's coming from. I understand where both parties coming from. But again, I think this might be a blessing because the rumors are that he's going to do a Facebook Live, a YouTube Live, and a podcast. And I think it's better for him because he can control the narrative. He can control the content. He can control the production. He can control the distribution. He has freedom. And therefore, he can generate more profits. So I think it's a win-win. If he can still maybe do, some pageants, maybe get into some other formats. He is a comedian by trade. He's still funny. But I think because society is moving towards streaming, everything is going to be streamed in the future. So I think that's where he needs to go. That's what he needs to focus on. That's what he should do. Ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Hit the link below this video. And we have a survey. We just taking a survey from all of you. We want to see what you think. Take the survey that's going to ask you the question, what do you think Steve Harvey is going to do next? Take the survey. There's no hidden agenda. We just want to compile the results of what you think is going to happen. And we'll publish this survey on our channel to all the viewers. And again, thank you for listening once.